Hey, it's Adonis here, and just wanted to share a brief story with you guys. It's actually a story that I edited out of Sunday's message. God is the master of the breakout. Many times being a speaker, you come up with your message outline, and then you've got to make some edits and cut out some things. And so this is one of the stories that I cut out. So I wanted to share that with you. It's hopefully it'll encourage you. But I also want to encourage you too, those three things that we learned from God on Sunday, which is get up, get ready, and get going. That's something you need to do on a daily basis. It's not a one-time thing. Your journey in life is going to require you to do those three things: get up, get ready, get going, every day of your life. It's kind of like going to the gym. I'm upstairs here getting ready to work out, and I know many of you guys, when you know you've got to go to the gym or work out, it takes a lot for you to get up, get out of bed early, to get ready, get dressed, and get going out the door and on to exercising. And so I want to encourage you, that's something you have to do daily. Years ago, my dad shared a story with me about my grandfather. And it was during a time in his life, in my grandfather's life, where he lost his job. And this was years ago. You can imagine how hard it was to find a job, and years ago. And so he knew he wanted to provide for his family. And what he would do, my dad shared this with me, and it just really left an impact on me, talking about his persistence. And so what my grandfather would do every single day, he would get up out of bed, he'd wake up early, he would get ready, he'd get dressed, he would even pack his lunch in a lunch pail. Now remember, he had no job, but he would get up, get ready, and he would get going, and he'd walk out the door, and he'd walk down to a plant, a work plant. I think it was a rice factory back in the day there, and he'd walk down to that plant, and he would sit there on the side of the hill all day long during working hours. And he would repeat that daily until one day, the foreman that was at the factory there saw my grandfather and noticed that every single day he was coming out there, he'd sit on the side of the hill, look out over the factory, look at the workers. He would even take a lunch break on the side of the hill when he heard the whistle blow. He'd sit down, open up his lunch pail, begin to eat his lunch. After the lunch break, the whistle blowed, he'd stand back up and just look out over at the factory, till one day the foreman noticed that and walked up to my grandfather and say, "You're a man who wants to work." I'm telling you, listen, you've got to press on and press through no matter what. I believe you can get up, you can get ready, and you can get going. You can walk your way right into that promotion. You can walk your way right into that dream. You can walk your way right into that destiny. I hope this encouraged you, and always remember, it's never too late to make your next days your best days.